I'm an idiot. I made a video yesterday on how to fully adjust your Pfaff 463. And there's one adjustment in there where you adjust your spring tension if you need to adjust your spring tension. If your spring tension is fine, it's, you're happy with it, you don't need to do any of this. As a matter of fact, that video that I made yesterday, I forgot to mention that if you don't need to adjust your spring tension, you don't need to do this adjustment right here to where you're at 15 millimeters. All this right here you don't need to mess with if you're happy with your spring tension. Okay, to fully adjust your Pfaff, you don't need to adjust this. Okay, you put your spring tension at 0. You just bar here will be at 0, and then all the other adjustments after this, then you have to do. But let's say you do want to adjust your spring tension, okay? And this adjustment is over here, or this cam is right next to the body, okay? Then you want to adjust it, because once you loosen this screw, you're going to lose all spring tension, okay? So, like I say, if everything is set up fine, don't mess with it. I'm not happy with my spring tension, okay? This is for spring tension only. So what you're going to do, first of all, you're going to loosen this screw, okay? Then you want to come over here, which I already did. Okay, you got to take off your grease plate. Okay, then you want to loosen this screw right here, which I already did. Okay, the screw that's at the end of your shaft. Okay, of your reverse lever shaft. Okay, your stitch length shaft. Okay, loosen this screw. Mine's already loose. Okay. Now this is, like I say, I'm showing you the easy way to make this adjustment. Now that we have those, you should be able to turn your shaft now with those two screws loose. We could do that. Okay. Two things you could do here. You notice I have a set screw missing. Okay. When you set your spring tension, either you could use a 22 millimeter socket, okay, put it on the end of this nut and use that to tighten up your spring tension, okay, or you get a 7/8 inch socket, I believe it is 7/8, 15/16, something in that neighborhood. Okay, if you don't have anything that big, then you could stick, let's make it 3 millimeters. Okay, and that will help you adjust your spring tension. Okay, but I don't like extra stuff on my machine. Since since I have this on my machine, and most likely most people do too, and it's not hooked to anything, okay, I don't like it. So what I'm going to do is remove that. The reason I'm going to remove that, if you don't want to remove that, what you can do is take a 4 millimeter Allen wrench, take this set screw completely out. Okay. 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 And then you could probably take because this screw that I took out of this will fit in here, okay? Like so. Then you could use your thumb pressure to set your spring tension, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and remove this, because like I say, I don't like extra stuff on my shafts or hanging about that's not needed. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off. There we go. Okay. Now that we have this off, we're going to go ahead and put this on. Put this spring on right so. This long part goes right next to the machine, okay? Just like so. Now you have your set screw, okay? Like I say, I'm missing one, which is right there. But if you notice, you got a hole in this nut where your spring goes. That hole right there, okay? That's where the spring right here will go into. So what I did with mine is that you see you see where the hole's at? You see where the hole's at right there? The screw neck, the set screw next to that, I installed a set screw, okay? And then you go to the other side of where this hole is, and then I put a set screw in that hole, okay? And I'll show you why I did that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put my nut back on there, or this, I guess you could call it a lock nut. There we go, locking collar. Just like that, okay? Now you see how this shaft has play? I don't like play either. So what I'm going to do is take this screw, because we're still set at 0 stitch length where our reverse lever is locked. It doesn't matter where this is at. I'm going to put it way over here just for ease of clarity. Okay, I want to lock this down. The reason I want to lock it down, because what I want to do is I want to eliminate this. So I'm going to be able to put my thumb on this side, put my finger over here, and just squeeze this spring against the side of the machine. You don't need to really squeeze it. Just like you would just do it lightly, okay? You don't want too much pressure on it. And then take a screw and turn it and tighten just this one set screw, locking screw down. Okay? Take your machine off the 0, give it like a max stitch length or whatever, and just move your lever and make sure that your lever could easily be moved. Okay? That you didn't, okay? If you like, it's going to have a little bit of resistance on it, but you don't want too much on it. Like I say, you just want it to take it to where now when I see, I don't have any more side-to-side play. Okay, and that was the whole purpose of that. And you could actually go ahead and tighten this one down completely now if you're happy with it. Okay, so completely tighten that one down, and then you could use this lever to push against spring tension, and then you could go ahead and tighten this one down. Okay, now that you got these two screws tight, oh, can't even get my, there we go, the shadows. Okay, that one's tight, and that one's tight. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this 4mm bolt that I took out of that piece I took out earlier and put it in this hole. There we go. Now go to 0. Stitch length to 0. There we go. There's that. And there's that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up again. I'm going to set my spring tension now. Now I need to be, like I say, a 1/2 inch or 14, 15 millimeters, somewhere around there. The object is, again, is to make sure that this linkage here that goes up to your reverse lever runs straight up in the machine. It doesn't run in at an angle, and it's not binding. Okay, so you want a 1/2 inch, 14, 15 millimeters right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and crank that down. I can do it just by raising my finger just like so. Okay, see how easy that is? You're not going to see me struggle with the needle nose pliers or anything. So probably right about there. Tighten up my clamp. Unscrew this. Take that back out. If I had another set screw, I'd put that back in there. Okay. Take it off 0. Go to maximum stick length. And then try my spring tension. And that's perfect. Okay. There we go. But like I say, to make it easier to turn this, if you don't have the 2 sockets, take one of the easiest screws out, put something in that hole that will fit without stripping it out. Then you could use it to turn it, just like I did mine. Okay. It doesn't take much pressure, so. Then now what we need to do now is to adjust for, now we need to adjust for 0 stitch length. Or you could just follow on, if you're going to continue on making adjustments to your whole machine, stop here and go to my video on adjusting your Pfaff, or if all you needed to do was just adjust your spring tension, then since we're set at mechanical 0, we're going to come in here and we're going to set this up for mechanical 0. Okay? And how we do this, you see this linkage right here, where I can take it and move it up and down like so. Okay? What I want to do is take it and make sure that this, let me get some more light in here, there we go, that this is straight across. Okay, I'll go ahead and lock down this screw. What I'm doing, I'm ensuring that my feed dogs don't move. So I'll stick, let me make it wider again. Like I said, this is in that first video I made. But if all you're going to do is just do your spring tension, then you need to just do this part. You don't need to do anything else. Okay. Jam that up in there. Turn our wheel. And we don't see that screwdriver moving. Okay. Now we are at mechanical 0. The reason why you want to set mechanical 0, okay, what this does is that when you have your stitch length, say 5 stitches per inch, okay, you're sewing at 5 inches per inch, when you go to full reverse, you're going to reverse 5 stitches per inch. If this wasn't set to 0, let's say you have your stitch length set to 0, or your stitch length set to 5 stitches per inch, and then you go to reverse, you either might be stitching 6 stitches per inch or 3 inches per, or 3 stitches per inch. Okay, so that's all this does. That's the purpose of this adjustment to 0, is that you just you adjust your stitch length into your forward and reverse settings. So when it's at 0, again, I'll repeat myself. If you got it set for 5 stitches per inch, it will sew 5 inches per inch going forward, and when you go to reverse, it will sew 5 stitches per inch in reverse. If it's out of whack, it will either sew 2 or 3 inches, or 2 or 3 stitches per inch, or 7 or 8 stitches per inch. Okay, that's the purpose of that. So we're at set at 0. Okay, your machine needs no further adjustments. You didn't mess with the timing. You didn't do anything else. Okay, so all you did was adjust your spring tension. But if you adjust your spring tension, this is what you need to do. You need to make sure you set your 0.